Have you ever noticed how some people come alive the moment they start tidying up their space? The sound of drawers opening, the smell of clean laundry, the satisfaction of seeing a room transform. It's like therapy. While others might see it as just cleaning, to them, it's something deeper. It's peace. It's clarity. It's the feeling of taking life back into their own hands, one folded towel at a time. Maybe that's you. You get a strange sense of calm when everything is in its place. You don't just clean for the sake of being clean, you clean to breathe again. Today, let's explore that. Why do some people love organizing their home? What's really happening in the mind and heart when someone feels happy just looking at a tidy room? And why is that so deeply satisfying, almost healing for some of us? Let's start with the obvious but often misunderstood truth. Loving to organize isn't just about neatness. It's about control in a world that feels uncontrollable. Psychologically, our environment reflects our inner state. When life feels chaotic, messy, or uncertain, cleaning becomes a way to create order outside when we can't control what's happening inside. It's the mind saying, if I can make this small corner peaceful, maybe everything else will feel okay too. That's why after an argument, or during stressful days, many people suddenly start reorganizing their closets or rearranging furniture. It's not random. It's emotional regulation in action. In psychology, this connects to the concept of external control as emotional grounding. When emotions are overwhelming, doing something tangible, like folding clothes, vacuuming, or arranging books, gives the brain a sense of completion and stability. It activates the reward system, releasing dopamine, the feel-good chemical that tells your brain, you did something right. That's why even small tasks, making the bed, wiping a counter, organizing a shelf, can make you feel unexpectedly proud or light. You might not realize it, but your brain is celebrating every small piece of order you create. But for many people, it's not just about feeling good, it's about feeling safe. A tidy home gives the subconscious mind signals of safety and stability. Clutter, on the other hand, can quietly trigger anxiety because it represents unfinished business. Every item out of place whispers, you still have things to handle. And for people who feel everything deeply, that whisper becomes noise. So, they organize, not to impress anyone, but to quiet that internal noise. It's their way of creating calm in a loud world. There's also something deeply psychological about the act itself. Organizing is predictable. You know how it starts, and you know how it ends. There's a clear cause and effect. You move something, it looks better. That certainty is rare in emotional life, where outcomes are messy and people are unpredictable. So, when someone says, cleaning makes me happy, what they often mean is, it's one of the few things in life that makes sense. But let's be real. Not everyone who loves organizing is trying to control chaos. For some, it's a form of self-expression. Their home is their mirror. The way they arrange their books, display their plants, or fold their towels isn't just about tidiness. It's about beauty. It's their way of creating art through space. In psychology, this links to environmental self-identity, the idea that our surroundings express who we are. So, when someone loves making their space beautiful, it's not vanity. It's communication. It's saying, this is what peace looks like for me. Some people even experience cleaning as mindfulness. It slows their thoughts. They get lost in the rhythm, the swish of the broom, the flow of water, the pattern of sorting. And in those quiet moments, they stop thinking about yesterday or tomorrow. They just are. This is why organizing can feel meditative. It grounds you in the present moment. You're focused, your hands are moving, your senses are engaged. It's active meditation without the need to sit still or close your eyes. There's another fascinating angle, the link between control and creativity. People who love organizing often have vivid inner worlds. When that creative energy builds up without an outlet, it can feel restless. Tidying gives it direction, turning chaos into order, thought into structure. It's creativity disguised as discipline. That's why after cleaning, many people feel inspired to cook, write, or start something new. A clear space gives the mind permission to dream again. Because clutter doesn't just fill rooms, it fills mental space, too. But it's important to remember, not everyone who doesn't like organizing is lazy, and not everyone who does like it is a perfectionist. There's no right or wrong here, just different ways of finding peace. For some, mess doesn't bother them because their mind thrives in creative chaos. For others, even a small pile of papers feels like a heavy cloud. Both are valid. Both are human. The difference lies in what your brain and heart need to feel grounded. There's also an emotional history behind this. People who grew up in unpredictable homes, where emotions were unstable or boundaries unclear, often find comfort in physical order. A clean space gives them the consistency they never had. It becomes a silent promise. Here, I'm safe. Here, I decide what happens. But for others, cleaning might have been tied to pressure or criticism, like growing up in a home where mess was punished. Those people might associate tidying with stress instead of peace, and that's why they avoid it. It's not about habits, it's about emotional associations. Our past quietly shapes our relationship with order. Then there's the neuroscience of it all. When you finish organizing a space, your brain's reward center activates. The visual of a tidy room literally lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. That's why so many people say, I feel lighter after decluttering. It's not just a feeling, it's biology. Your mind reads, order is safety. Your body relaxes. Your breathing slows. And suddenly, you feel capable again, like you can handle life, simply because your environment reflects harmony. Some people even use organizing as emotional language. They might not say, I'm stressed, or I feel sad. Instead, they just start cleaning. It's their way of coping without words. When they scrub, they release emotion. When they rearrange, they realign their energy. In psychology, this is a form of somatic regulation, expressing emotion through movement rather than speech. That's why it feels satisfying to wipe a counter until it shines. It's not just dirt being removed, it's tension being released. But let's go deeper. Why does a clean home feel emotionally healing to so many people? Because our surroundings are like mirrors for our minds. A tidy space tells your brain, I'm capable. I'm in control. I'm okay. A messy one can whisper, I'm behind. I'm lost. I can't keep up. Even if those thoughts aren't conscious, your brain reads your environment like an emotional script. So when someone says, I feel calm after cleaning, they're not imagining it. They've literally changed their internal story through external action. And then there's the symbolic side. Organizing is often about letting go. Every item you sort or discard represents a small emotional release, a decision to move forward. That's why decluttering can feel unexpectedly emotional. You're not just getting rid of things, you're rewriting your history. When you let go of old clothes, broken gadgets, or unused gifts, you're silently saying, I no longer need this version of me. That's powerful. That's healing disguised as housekeeping. Of course, not everyone cleans from peace. Some clean from anxiety. And that's okay too. If organizing gives you relief, it's because it temporarily restores a sense of control. The key is to notice the intention behind it. Are you cleaning to care or to cope? One comes from love, the other from fear. Both are human. Both can coexist. The awareness alone brings balance. And maybe that's the beauty of it. Organizing isn't just about objects. It's about emotions. It's about saying, this matters. This stays. This goes. It's how we make decisions not only about things, but about life itself. Every shelf you organize, every drawer you tidy, every space you make calm. It's a reflection of how you want to feel inside. Peaceful, clear, intentional. If you think about it, a home is an emotional ecosystem. It holds your moods, your memories, your energy. So when you clean it, you're not just adjusting your environment, you're resetting your emotional atmosphere. You're reminding yourself, this space is mine. This piece is mine. And maybe that's why it feels so good. Because deep down, organizing isn't about perfection. It's about belonging. It's about coming home, not just to your house, but to yourself. So the next time you find yourself folding laundry with a smile or rearranging your shelves for the third time, don't brush it off as a small habit. It's an act of self-care, one that connects body, mind, and soul. It's your way of saying, I deserve to live in beauty. I deserve calm. And there's nothing shallow about that. Because peace is not found, it's created. Sometimes, with a broom in your hand and soft music in the background. Speech balloon, are you like this too? When you have free time, do you love organizing your home to make it feel clean, calm, and welcoming? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments. I'd love to hear how you feel when your space feels right again. And remember, there's no perfect way to live. Whether your piece looks like a minimalist studio or a cozy, cluttered home full of memories. What matters is how it makes you feel. Because in the end, organizing your home isn't about making it look good for others. It's about creating a space where your soul can finally exhale. Maybe organizing isn't about things at all. Maybe it's how some of us find peace. One folded corner, one quiet room, one calm breath at a time.